So we talked about the roster. We've done the best we can to get the right players in there, to get the right people on the bus, also develop. And now let's talk about kind of the locker room. And really, when I talk about the locker room has two parts. It has culture and it has brotherhood. Culture to me, and people use this word so much, but like when I look at our culture, it's just like, hey, what's the total of our actions? Like, like we all say like, hey, we believe in family. But then when everything, if we say family and then the first thing everyone does is knife each other in the back, then we're probably really not family, right? Like we say family and then the game starts and everybody starts yelling at each other. We say our culture, our philosophy is to run to the ball, but I can't show it to you on tape. Like your culture is how closely your actions match your philosophy. Like you are what you put on tape. And so like we say we're going to treat people well. We say we're a brother. We say we're a family. We'll show me. And so whatever we do, our actions are our culture. And the question I have, if you have a good culture or not, is does everyone do our process? Does everyone live up to our standards? Like I played for Joe Paterno and I was doing something earlier and they asked me about Joe. And I said, when I always think back about Coach Paterno, the greatest thing that he did, man, was that he held the best players to a higher standard. That doesn't happen all the time. Like Matt Rhule, the walk-on, misses 2 classes, gets thrown off the team. So-and-so, the All-American player, scholarship player, misses 2 classes, and he gets up and he runs in the morning. And don't get me wrong. There's I understand sometimes there's different punishments, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like if we have a standard is the minimum. And while everyone's complaining about young people these days, you know what young people are looking for? Transparency. They're looking for a positive, stable environment. And they've grown up with instability everywhere. Most recently, COVID and being in their houses. They want a positive, stable environment. They want transparency. And so standards make things transparent. Like if we're running across the field and back, and I say, hey, guys, the combo, make it across in 18 seconds. If you ran it in 19, man, you didn't make it. But standards are just the minimum, man. Like the best players set their own standard. Coach said 18, I run mine in 17. Oh, you run yours in 17, I'll run mine in 16. And when you have a team where everybody matches a standard, you have a good culture. When you have a team, everyone raises the standards, man, you got a great culture. When you have a team where people don't really live up to the standards, you have a fraudulent culture. And so standards and process, the things we ask the guys to do, that's the heart of culture. The second part of that is kind of the brotherhood. Like you can have a really good culture, but maybe not great brotherhood. They kind of go hand in hand, but not always. And really brotherhood to me, people talk about family. I don't really think about it as family. And here's why. Like if I'm walking down the street and I have a beautiful little 7-year-old daughter named Leona and a 9-year-old, now 10-year-old daughter named Vivienne. And if I'm walking down the street, man, and I'm in a rush and I have purpose with what I'm doing and Vivienne and Leona are kind of moving pretty slow, man, I'll stop. I'll be like, baby, what's wrong? Are you okay? I stop what I'm doing. I stop my pursuit of greatness or whatever I'm doing. And I go back and I get my little girl, man, because she's my family and I would never leave her behind. But brotherhood is different. And brotherhood, man, I'm chasing that goal. And I look back at my brother and he's not keeping up with me. And I'm like, come on, bro, I need you. I need you. I need you. I keep running, man, towards the goal. And I look back again like, come on, man, I need you. I need you. But eventually, if he can't keep up, and he stops and starts walking like Leona did, I'm not going back for him. Like, it's his responsibility to stay up with me, and it's my responsibility to stay up with him. And that's where brotherhood is different. Like, it's not just family. It's a connection built upon a common goal. And you see, I wrote there, good teams commit to a common goal, man, but great teams commit to each other. And so we have this goal of winning a championship, but I also commit to that I'm going to keep up with you and you keep up with me. And if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, call me out. And if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'll call you out. That's brotherhood. And it's scary nowadays because kids are afraid to lead the way they used to lead. And it is what it is, man. They want to kind of lead through performance, but you got to also lead through brotherhood. We need great teammates. As I said earlier, man, it's not really fair to bring bad guys into a locker room. You know, it's not really fair because we don't have to see it. We see them for 20 minutes a day, but our players, man, they see them during weights. They see them during the bus rides. They see them during the 7-on-7s. They see these guys to take away from the culture. And so, man, we don't want vampires. And that doesn't mean we just get rid of everybody. But we have to have honest conversations and figure out, hey, why are you like that? And how can I help you how can I invite you to be part of this brotherhood? Because the one thing that we've learned from the beginning of time is that we are social creatures, and people want to be part of a pack, and people want to be part of a group. And so often the guys who aren't part of the group is because they're afraid. So we want to build brotherhood, and we want to build culture. We're not here just to get rid of guys. We want to help guys be a part of it. But at some point, the culture and the brotherhood, the locker room comes first.